My name is Ihsan Ayyub Qazi, and I won the Sheth Award in 2021. So when I was at the University of Pittsburgh, I worked on internet congestion control, which was about how to allocate resources on the internet in a fair and efficient manner. And after graduation, I returned to Pakistan and started thinking about a lot of issues that developing countries face with respect to internet access and resource allocation. And so a large part of my research then started in the direction of working towards digital development, aiming to bridge the divide, the digital divide that exists between developing countries and developed countries. And so in that vein, my research has centered on designing technologies for making the web and the internet more affordable for the less privileged. And the second line of work that my research has taken is looking at how we can develop technologies and evidence-based educational interventions for countering misinformation, especially among low digital literacy populations in developing countries in particular. So winning this award was a great honor, and for me personally, I think it was inspiring and also motivated me to seek larger impact in whatever work I do. And so, following the award, I have initiated a lot of research projects that actually combine faculty from different disciplines, including social science, education, business, management, and the like, to seek out larger impact of the work we are doing. And I think as someone who has a background in computer science, I'm very cognizant of the fact that technology alone is insufficient for large impact, and therefore, combining forces with researchers across the board is very essential, and bridging the gap that often exists between engineers and computer scientists and social scientists, economists, for example, and the like. And so my recent work has really tried to bring together lots of researchers in different disciplines to solve these large problems that our society faces, especially with respect to digital development and misinformation. So my current research is actually continuing in these two directions. One is developing technologies for making the internet and web more affordable for users, especially in developing countries who are unable to afford mobile broadband services or these entry-level smartphones, which are prevalent in developing countries. So one of my goals along this line of research is to, one, train young researchers in this space so that they can actually follow through and do amazing work in this direction and solve hard problems. And I think there is nothing better than good people having good ideas work on such problems. So one is to train future generation to solve these problems. And second is to bring together researchers from diverse fields, because we need multiple perspectives in order to solve these issues, not only to design technologies, but to think about their adoption in the context that they need to be designed, of course, and for which it's essential that we bring in ideas and perspectives from different disciplines. In the other direction of research that I've been working, which is misinformation, it's a global phenomenon, and it requires understanding from a broad spectrum of disciplines as well. So, for example, technologists designing solutions for automatically detecting misinformation and misinformation of different modalities. For example, misinformation which is spread through images or videos or deepfakes, for instance. And similarly, on the social science side, I'm working with economists to think about designing these evidence-based educational interventions to empower users and to help improve their informational well-being, And in this vein, we're looking at sort of how to measure digital literacy, which is one of the important determinants of vulnerability to misinformation. And so in that direction, we're bringing in again researchers from psychology, education, economics, and social sciences to help take forward this research agenda and solve important problems in this vein too. So my experience at Pitt was life-changing in various ways. I think firstly, I was very lucky to meet and interact and learn from people with such diverse backgrounds, people who are passionate about what they did. And I think it's a lifetime experience to learn from such people. So I think I personally feel that I was very enriched by interacting with my supervisors, with my colleagues, and from such diverse backgrounds, people who were so motivated to make a difference in their lives. So that was one. The other was that I learned the value of being rigorous in research, and by learning from the experiences of my supervisors and mentors, I realized how important is it for researchers to be really rigorous in what they do, because the evidence that we bring about can touch people in manifest ways, and so it's really important to be mindful of the impacts of the work that you do, as well as the rigor with which you solve problems. And so that's that. In addition, I think there were many pieces of wisdom that I learned along the way, and I think I hope to carry on share those wisdoms with people I interact with. So in terms of advice, I would like to start with one of the quotes by Paulo Coelho, the writer of The Alchemist, who said that when we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. This is a personal motto of sorts, because students often ask me, why should I work hard? Why should I be a better self of myself? And I tell them that I can only share what motivates me, and hopefully that resonates with you too. And this quote comes to mind to me frequently, because I think when you better yourself, when you make a commitment to improve yourself, you increase your capacity to contribute in the lives of others. And I think that's personally very motivating and inspiring. And I think continuing, from this particular motto, there are three things that I personally subscribe to and have aspired to do in my life to little or some extent. One is that, it's one advice that I give to myself and probably to others is that whatever you do in life, do with all your heart and soul, so that you are content with what you do and what you did. The other thing is, I do suggest to students to seek out mentors that they think that they can learn from and would like to emulate in certain respects. Third is that always recognize your privilege, that the opportunity you got, the kind of education you got. There's so many across the world that who don't have those privileges and opportunities in life. And that means that you should help others and who are less privileged in whatever way you can, either it be piece of advice or anything else. And so help others, bring others up, and always have that perspective in mind. And I personally feel that it's my responsibility, because I did not deserve anything that I got. I mean, I was born in a family which had privileges, but I did nothing to get those benefits in life. And so with that recognition, I think one should sort of strive to lead one's life. And finally, I think my advice would be to be a lifelong learner, to make a commitment that no matter whichever stage you are in your life, you will strive to develop an attitude of a student, which is staying inquisitive, staying curious, being humble, and never having, having sort of hubris or, arrogance, which is, and I do believe that the more you know, the more you recognize how little you know, and that humility must always be there. Otherwise, I think you stop growing, and that limits your impact greatly. So these 4 pieces of advice, hopefully this is useful. These are useful. Thank you so much, Dr. Sheth and Mrs. Sheth, for this award and for starting this award. I think it's a remarkable investment in the careers of scholars and researchers, and I think such awards can inspire people in manifest ways. And I, as an academic, as a professor, certainly value the importance of inspiring people to make the world a better place. And I think your contribution in this regard is equal to none. And so I'm very grateful, and I sincerely hope that many of the future Sheth Award winners are going to contribute to make this world a better place for everyone.